Hello, my creepy community of Mystcon friends. This is Edgar coming at you with another list. This week's list is entitled Interesting Things Happened on October 31st. So it's great to see you guys back, and for those of you who are new here, my name is Edgar, and you're watching Historical Conspiracies. So let's get started with our list. Number 1. In 1846, the Donner Party, unable to cross the Donner Pass, construct a winter camp. See, in April 1846, the Donner-Reed Party left Illinois for the Mexican province of Alta California. A guy named Lansford Hastings gave them bad directions. He was the guide, after they were left behind by the other families around October 31st. The Donner Party resorted to cannibalizing themselves when all source of nutrition was gone and they were getting hypothermia. There's certainly more to this story. If you guys want to check it out, we'll leave a link below so you can read more about the Donner Party in case you haven't heard of them before. Number 2. On October 31st, in the year 2000, the first Soyuz spacecraft docked at the space station. The Soyuz TM-31 was the first Soyuz spacecraft to dock with the International Space Station. This Soyuz TM spacecraft carried the members of Expedition Number 1, the first long-duration ISS crew. It was launched from Russia on October 31st in the year 2000. Number 3. On October 31st, 2011, 7 billion humans exist at the same time. The Population Division of the United Nations declared the day of 7 billion to be October 31st, 2011. So now, every Halloween, you guys can celebrate the day of 7 billion. Number 4. On October 31st, 1966, Ad Rock is born so that the Beastie Boys can exist. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of the Beastie Boys, but Adam Keefe Horowitz, born on October 31st, 1966, is better known as Ad Rock, or, as many of us know him, King Ad Rock. Is an American rapper, guitarist, and actor. He is best known as a member of the Beastie Boys. Number 5. This is an annual occasion, so every year, the Allantide, the dark history of bobbing for apples. Allantide is a Cornish festival that was traditionally celebrated on the night of October 31st, as well as the following daytime, and known elsewhere as All Hallowtide. The festival in Cornwall is the liturgical feast day of Saint Alan, who was the bishop of Quimper in the 6th century. As such, Allantide is also known as Allan Night and Allan Day. The origins of the name Allantide also probably stem from the same sources as Hollantide, which is celebrated on Wales and the Isle of Man, as well as Halloween itself. The reason that we at Mystcon have suspected this is the origin of our bobbing for apples modern tradition is this little bit here. A local game is also recorded where 2 pieces of wood were nailed together in the shape of a cross. It was then suspended with 4 candles on each outcrop of the cross shape. Allan apples would then be suspended under the cross. The goal of the game was to catch the apples in your mouth, with hot wax being the penalty for slowness or inaccuracy. Number 6. the Cambodian festival of Prostrating the Moon. More commonly called the Full Moon Festival by locals, as Cambodia does not have an autumn season, Cambodians organize the traditional festival of Prostrating the Moon. In that early morning, people start preparing sacrifices to worship the moon, including fresh flowers, cassava soup, flat rice, and sugarcane juice. At night, people put the sacrifices into a tray, place on a big mat, and sit at ease waiting for the moon. When the moon rises up over the top of a branch, everyone wholeheartedly worships the moon and implores its blessing. After the ritual of worshipping the moon, the old take flat rice to put in the mouths of children until their mouths are totally full, and they will then spray the rice out of their mouth for perfection and good things. That's a fascinating little tradition there. Although this is a Chinese festival, many Cambodians celebrate this festival as it is believed that exchanging moon cake during this time is thought to bring luck and prosperity. Among Cambodians, this holiday is associated with Khmer beliefs of praying to the moon and the Buddhist legend of the rabbit. Well, alright everyone, it's intermission time. I'm gonna go get myself a cup of coffee, and while I do that, I'm going to you guys check out a word from our sponsors.
Check out bizbin.com. From software design to socks, we're an auction house and marketplace focused on community. A community like yours. You have direct access to the sellers, members, handcrafters, and even the development team of the website itself. If you don't like something, say something. By joining the site, you're joining the community, and by being in the community, you're joining the team. We believe this business model allows us to grow a website around the community and cultivate a marketplace and auction house that is unlike anything you've encountered so far. bizbin.com. We're bringing the community back into e-commerce.
Alright guys, I am back and ready to get back into this list. You ready? Well, let's go. Number 7. On October 31st in 1541, Michelangelo finishes The Last Judgment. The work was officially unveiled on October 31st, 1541, and was a scandal. Michelangelo was widely accused of blasphemy and sacrilege. I imagine most of us hadn't realized this. The nude figures and their provocative poses irritated the authorities and the artist's enemies, and they demanded that the fresco be destroyed. However, Pope Paul III was adamant that the fresco should stay. Pope Paul IV, Paul III's successor, instructed the painter Daniel da Volterra to paint clothing onto the figures where possible, or at least clothe the most offensive parts of their bodies. Michelangelo impassively watched the mutilation of his work, commenting, "Tell His Holiness that this is a small matter which can be easily rectified. Let His Holiness attend to the reform of the world. Reforming a painting is easily done." I guess they really find naked bodies offensive. Now we have number 8. On October 31st in 1756, Casanova escapes from prison in Venice. A lot of you guys probably know the term as just a name we use on guys who are perhaps charming with the ladies, but there actually was a guy, Giacomo Casanova. So he has become so famous for his often complicated and elaborate affairs with women that his name is now synonymous with womanizer. He associated with European royalty, popes, and cardinals, along with luminaries such as Voltaire and Mozart. He spent his last years in Bohemia as a librarian in Count Waldstein's household, where he also wrote the story of his life. Number 9. On October 31st, in an 1868, the standard uniform was approved for U.S. postal carriers. First prescribed for letter carriers in 1868, these uniforms were cadet blue-gray with black trim. A cap was mandatory. Number 10. On October 31st, 2011, a sad ending to wedded bliss. Socialite and model Kim Kardashian divorces basketball player Chris Humphries due to irreconcilable differences, only 72 days after getting married. Gosh, that's gotta be a record for the shortest marriage. Number 11. On October 31st, 1924, World Savings Day was declared. The World Savings Day was established on October 31st, 1924, during the First International Savings Bank Congress, the World Society of Savings Banks, in Milan, Italy. The Italian professor, Filippo Ravizza, declared the day the International Savings Day on the last day of the Congress. On October 31st in 1941, Mount Rushmore construction was canceled. That's right, guys. You probably didn't know this little bit of information, but it was actually canceled. Senator Peter Norbeck sponsored the project and secured federal funding, so construction began in 1927, and the president's faces were completed between 1934 and 1939. Gutzon Borglum died in March 1941, and his son Lincoln took over as the leader of the construction project. Each president was originally to be depicted from head to waist, but lack of funding forced construction to end on October 31st, 1941. Number 13. On October 31st, in 1967, the mind that brought you Ice Ice Baby is born. That's right. Robert Matthew Van Winkle, known professionally as Vanilla Ice, is an American rapper, actor, and television host. Born in South Dallas and raised in Texas and South Florida, Ice released his debut album, Hooked, in 1989 on Ichiban Records. Before signing a contract with SBK Records, a record label of the EMI Group, which released a reformatted version of the album in 1990 under the title To the Extreme, which contained Ice's best-known hits, Ice Ice Baby, and a cover of Play That Funky Music. Also, little known fact, Ice Ice Baby was the first hip-hop single to top the Billboard charts. Number 14. National Unity Day. The birthday of the Iron Man of India. National Unity Day, also known as Rashtriya Ekta Diwas, and please forgive my terrible pronunciation, was introduced by the government of India and inaugurated by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2014. The intent is to pay tribute to Vallabhbhai Patel, who was instrumental in keeping India united. It is to be celebrated on October 31st every year as an annual commemoration of the birthday of the Iron Man of India, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, one of the founding leaders of the Republic of India. And as a special bonus, number 15, any of you guys who have had your birthday on October 31st, that makes it an awesome day. Happy birthday. Alright guys, that wraps up our list for this week. I hope you learned a few things and compel you guys to Google a bit more and find out more fun facts about these topics. And as you have the opportunity, please check out our sponsor, bizbin.com. And I guess that's it for this week. So once again, my name is Edgar, and you're watching Historical Conspiracies. Have a creepy day.